Hello guys, in today's video we are going to talk about the crops strategy in sunflower land. This strategy is really important because it remains one of the most profitable ways to earn flower tokens, and it's good for players who invest in the game and for those players who are free to play. I will help you choose skills and show calculations about what crops to plant to get the maximum possible boost. At the end of the video I will show you how you can get free rewards from me and participate in a giveaway. I'm Serber and let's get started. Let's start by explaining how it works. Planting crops is a good way to earn flower tokens. It's almost impossible to lose with that strategy. You can only lose if you do the restock for gems and then plant bad crops that do not give you profit. That's why I'm here, and I will explain to you how to get a good profit from it. First, you need to understand that your profit will depend on your number of crop soils. In the beginning you will have about 35 crop soils, which is already good, but if you complete Petal Island to the end, you will have 45. That's about a 30% increase in your earnings. Let's say you make about 100 flower a month from crops. A 30% increase would be about 30 flower. To expand your island from 35 crop soils to 45, you will need about 50 flower tokens. And besides crop soils, you get trees, fruit patches and a lot of other resource nodes. So expanding your island is important if you want to earn good. I recommend you expand to Desert Island expansion number 10 or 13 probably. You will have about 50 crop soils, a lot of trees and other stuff, and the cost is like 100 flower tokens. It's not a lot because you can make that amount easily every month only with fruits and trees. I have videos about these strategies on my channel, just check them to know how to earn more. So your mission is to expand to Desert Island. That's where you will get a good amount of crop soils. Now let's talk about skills and the different types of crops. Crops come in three types: basic, medium and advanced. Basic crops take about 4 or 5 minutes to harvest, medium crops can take about 3-4 hours, and advanced crops take more than 1 day. Before claiming skills, you need to choose which ones you want to focus on. I myself focused on advanced crops because I don't want to grind a lot and log in every 1 hour to harvest, and because advanced crops take a lot of time to harvest, they can't oversupply and dump the market. If demand on advanced crop increases, players cannot supply a lot of them because of the harvest time. But if the demand on basic or medium crops increases, players can easily start harvesting those and oversupply and dump the market. So I decided to focus on advanced. Let's go to skills. The first skill for 1 point you should claim is minus 5% crop growth time. That's a good and cheap skill. The second skill I recommend you to claim is Betty's Friend, to increase Betty coin deliveries revenue by 30%. That's a good skill to earn coins. If you want to focus on basic and medium crops, take the young farmer and experienced farmer skills to add a 0.1 boost to medium and basic crops. If you want to focus on advanced, claim the old farmer to add a 0.1 boost to advanced crops. In tier 2 for advanced crops you can claim the strong root skill that gives minus 10% growth time, and the low risk gains, which gives a 0.1 boost for advanced, or horror mic for medium. In tier 3 take one skill, plus 1 boost for advanced crops or plus 1 boost for basic and medium crops. That's the important skill because if you focus on advanced you cannot plant medium crops. Your boost will be really low and you will be losing with them. Just pick one pet and don't mix it. In tier 3 there is also a skill that lets you grow your crops instantly, and it has a 3-day cooldown. That's a really good skill in my opinion. I haven't claimed it yet because I don't have available skill points, but I will definitely claim it really soon. Let me explain why this skill is really important. Imagine you have 50 crop soils. If you plant the most expensive crop to harvest, let's say barley, and you have a boost of 2.4, you can use this skill and you will get 120 barley. 1 barley is about 0.033 flower, so 120 barley will be about 3.96 flower tokens or 3.50 with the marketplace fee. If you divide it by 3 days, the skills cooldown, the profit is more than 1 flower token daily for only 3 skill points. That's a really cheap price to pay for such a profit. I didn't understand it in the beginning, but now I do, and I will claim it really soon. Besides skills, you need to craft Scary Mike for medium crops or Lowry for advanced crops. It will give you a 0.3 boost for 49 crop soils. That's a good boost and the price is really low. If you claimed all the skills that I told you, you should have a 2.1 boost for basic crops and 2.4 for medium crops or 2.4 for advanced crops. That would be your boost without any NFTs, only using 10 skill points. Now let's move on to calculations for each crop's profit. I have made an Excel sheet where you can put the current price of each crop and see if it's worth to plant it. The link will be in the description, just go there, make a copy and edit the price. When you download the sheet, first you will need to complete the general info. I have put the flower to coins ratio. Right now you can get 1000 coins for each flower by buying moon fruits and selling them to Betty. On sfltips.xyz you can check the better fruits to buy. If there are changes, just correct the numbers. The second cell is the number of crop soils you have. I have 61 crop soils, but you need to put your amount here. I am almost on Volcano Island, so that's why I have a lot of crop soils. Let's put 50 here. Then you need to put the price of the restock. That's a very important one. One restock costs 20 gems, and those gems cost flower tokens, so your profit from crops directly depends on what price you get gems. You can buy different packs of gems. The first one that contains 100 gems, just forget it. It's bad and it doesn't worth it. The second one gives 650 gems and costs about 40 flower tokens. That equals about 1.2 flowers per 20 gems. This one is one of the best options to buy because it's cheap and it's good. But if you have a lot of flower tokens, buy expensive ones. They are better and give more gems. If the price of flower increases, the restock price dumps. So if you see that the flower is pumping, spend your flower on gems. I got my gems for the price 0.8 flower per 20 gems when the flower was 15 cents. Here in the table, let's put 1.2 flower, the real price. Then we have the marketplace fee. That one will depend on your island and if you have a VIP or not. My tip is to get the desert island and buy the VIP as fast as possible. The VIP pays off for itself, and desert island has a 10% marketplace fee compared to 25% on Spring Island. With a 25% fee, it's difficult to trade and earn. I will put a 10% fee, but if you didn't get desert yet, put 25% here. Next, I made a table with each crop's price, the price in coins for one seed and the number of seeds that the restock includes. You need to check the marketplace and put there the price of each crop. The price will change every day and even every hour. Some crops might be more expensive in off-season than during the current season when they grow. So put here the price you would like to sell your crops or the current price. Then I have created a table with each crop's performance. First I put the boost 2.1 for basic and 2.4 for medium and advanced crops. The next cell is the growth time discount that we got from skills. Advanced crops have minus 15% growth time, while basic and medium have only 5%. Then I put the growth time in minutes. For example, for sunflowers it's 1 minute, but for carrots it's 60 minutes because carrots growth time is 1 hour. Then I put the number of cycles for each crop that you can complete in 1 hour. If you plant sunflower for 1 hour, you would be able to complete about 63 cycles in 1 hour, but for example for pepper the number of cycles is 0.26 because the growth time is 4 hours. Next you see the yield per 1 hour and the number of seeds you will need. The number of seeds will determine the restock price. Next, we have the profit in 1 hour for selling those crops and the profit after the marketplace fee. After that, I have put the restock price in flower tokens based on the number of seeds that we have in one restock and how many seeds we would need to complete all cycles in 1 hour. As you can see, sunflower's restock price is 3.95 because you will need more than 3000 seeds and the restock only gives 800. Then I put the amount of flower tokens you would need to spend on coins. That's a really small amount and it doesn't affect the profit. The next tables are really interesting for us and will tell us what crops you should plant. I have put the profit per 1 hour with the restock price and without it, and then based on the results I put the profit in 1 day. As you can see, the basic and medium crops don't give profit, you just keep losing with them because the price of restock is higher than the price of crop that you will get after selling them. The only good crops to harvest are advanced crops. You can get 1, 2 or 3 flower tokens a day with them, but that's not all. You not only do restock for crops, when you do the restock you get crops, seeds, fruit seeds, axes, digging shovels and pickaxes. So one way or another you need to do the restock. One restock for advanced crops is enough, while for medium you would need about 2, 3 or 4 restocks a day. That's not good and you would lose flower tokens. But here is one way to earn more with those crops. For example, let's imagine now is the spring season. You can plant 4 advanced crops: corn, wheat, kale and barley. Since corn is really profitable, let's choose it. When you run out of seeds you have 2 options: do the restock or continue to plant other advanced crops. My tip is to do the restock for high value crops like corn, barley and onion, but if those crops are not available, just buy other seeds and plant them. If you do this, you can use one restock for planting 2 or 3 crops within 2 or 3 days. That will help increase your profit and decrease the price of a restock. So we need to do those little calculations and not waste gems on restocks if you really don't need one. But you can easily make between 1 and 2 flower a day, even more, because if you claim the skill for instant growth, it will give you about 1 flower a day and then another 1-2 flower daily from crops. That's about 3 flower a day minimum. It's possible to make 100 flower tokens every month without any NFTs and only using skills. It's difficult to calculate the exact amount that you will get since there are a lot of factors, but at least we can see the average price. Use this table to understand what to plant and make a good profit. Now let's discuss some NFTs that might be worth buying to increase your profit. I have made a small table for each NFT where I put the boost that NFT gives, the price, name, profit from the NFT and the ROI in days. For example, sunflowers have 3 NFTs and for what they give, all those 3 are good and the ROI time is fast. Perhaps I still don't recommend taking your basic and medium crops because you are still losing with them. Next we have some potatoes, zucchini, carrots, cabbage and tofu. All those are bad and they don't give profit, and as you can see there are not a lot of NFTs to buy. Every crop has like 1-3 NFTs and some of the crops don't even have NFTs to boost production. Let's move to one of the best crops to plant: corn. It has 2 good NFTs that add 0.16 flower a day as a profit. Perhaps the ROI in days is not as good as we would like it to be. Good crops like wheat and barley have only 1 NFT and it's expensive. The ROI is more than 3 years, so it kind of doesn't worth buying them. Let's look at some general NFTs like Nancy, Lunar Calendar and Scarecrow. They reduce crop growth time. The profit will depend on the crops you plant, and the higher your profit from the crop, the higher the profit will be from those NFTs. I chose kale to compare the profit from those NFTs because it's not an expensive crop like corn, so it will show us a real ROI. The kale gives us a profit of 0.82 flower a day, and with the Nancy NFT it gives 1.04. The Nancy costs 80 flower and the ROI is about 1 year. Of course it's less because you will plant crops like corn and barley, so it will probably be about 200 days. Then you have a lunar calendar. It reduces crop growth time by 10%. The price is higher and the ROI is not that good. Still, it's not expensive and I bought it. Then we have an expensive NFT, the Scarecrow. It reduces the crop growth time by 15% and gives plus 0.2 boost. The difference between Nancy and Scarecrow is 0.1 boost. The crop growth time is the same and Nancy and Scarecrow can't work together. I have a Scarecrow, but now I look at this table and I think that I will sell it to buy the Nancy. And then with those 500 flower I will get, I can buy the NFT for tomatoes and lemons. They will give me better profit every day than that Scarecrow NFT, and that's why those tables are important. I just compared NFTs and understood that I can use my flower tokens more efficiently and increase my earnings. That's why before buying any NFT, it's better to make the calculations and see the real profit that NFT will give you. Go to the comments, find the Excel link, copy it and put your numbers here, and you will see what you need to buy and plan to get a good profit. This game is about building a strategy. Of course you can just ask in our Discord which crop to plant and I will tell you, but if you like to dive in more into the game's economy and you look to maximize your potential earnings, then you will need to do some calculations and think. But even if you don't think a lot, in my opinion it's possible to make about 100 flower tokens every month from crops without any NFT. You can increase the profits from your crops with composters, but that's a different strategy and I will talk about it in my next video. And if you want to receive some free rewards, you just need to join our Discord community or register an account with my link. If you only join our Discord, I will send you some rewards completely free for just joining our server, and if you register an account with my partner link, I will send you additional rewards as you progress. It's all up to you. Either way you receive free rewards. And that's not all. Because I need followers on my Twitter account, I'm running a lot of giveaways there where you can win different assets in different games, not only Sunflower Land. Links to my Twitter, Discord and partner links will be in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and watch my other videos if you want to learn more about strategies and how to earn in play-to-earn games and the crypto space. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.